hour of this amazing show. I've got some Katy Perry in just a bit. Hurley's in Hawaii. But right now, we are loving the energy. So keep on talking to us on that hashtag.
Absolutely.
After Hours on Spice, man.
Yeah.
So, it's going to pressure you guys.
So
You're good.
Yeah,
You're safe. So guys, let's talk about all things privacy and of course gadgets. So the question is very simple. In fact, the phone lines are open. Once again, 0719 012 600. I mean, how long do you take to delete sensitive information off of your gadgets? That could be your phone, your laptop, because that story you gave us, you get JP.
Yeah, it's scary,
you get, it's very disappointing.
Right?
Very. Kwanza, in fact, for somebody who's just joining us right now, we'll give them a summary.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is quite.
So basically, of course, you guys have heard about the legend. I don't know why guys are calling him Tony Sins of Victoria Guinea. Guys are a bit too crazy. So I'm going to try and be as discreet as possible. But
he deserves that name.
Yeah. Like Tony Sins.
This guy's crazier than Didi.
Yeah, so basically,
right?
I think you guys have seen the guy with the spectacles trending all over on all socials. Equatorial Guinea is trending because their ANF chairman was caught, sleeping with the president's sister, AGF's wife, IGP's wife, DSSS director's wife, and 400 more. So apparently his wife collapsed this morning. So his name is Baltasar Ebang Ngonga. He's 54 years old. He's an economist who's serving as the Director General of the National Finance Investigation Agency, which is equivalent to their own, let's say, I think it's like EACC. Sort of like that, yeah? But now Finance Department. Recently he was accused of corruption, so his houses were searched impromptu. That's what actually happened. Both his family home and work home.
Yeah.
So while authorities were, searching, they stumbled on a pile of CDs. So out of curiosity, they played the first one, and behold, it was one of the most prominent. Actually, talked about the president's sister in his office. So they confiscated the entire collection. Yeah, woo! This must be some really good.
So they will link up the story for corruption. They're just look at this.
Let's get our hands on this
distractions.
On this content.
Okay.
Yeah. So upon more investigations, they found out that Baltasar is a notorious nympho who preys on married women. He had, he was doing the deed with the president's sister, I think the military general's wife, his brother's wife. And they've now actually found out.
His brother's wife?
Yeah, man. They've now actually found out that 2 kids from the 4 belong to him. That's from his brother.
Oh, for real? They said they do DNA tests?
Yes. They said this is not the latest from what they've been doing. So his cousins are among the list. I think I mentioned the IGP's wife probably should be Inspector General. About 20 of the minister's wives, his uncle's pregnant wife.
That's
and many more
impossible,
people.
Man.
Yeah.
That's very sad, man.
Yeah, so it turns out his uncle's pregnant wife was both his supplier and client. He did this mostly in his office, on the highway.
Supplier of what?
I guess.
I mean, you have to come slowly, because we've gone from Diddy's episodes of
I feel like this guy just makes Diddy look boring.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. There's levels to this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. The information coming in right now, it's crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, so
what's the latest?
Yeah, so he did this mostly in his office, on the highway, expressway, Kamatui Thika Road, football pitches and etc.
Impossible. This guy's adventurous.
Yeah, so although reports suggest he has now been arrested and will be tested for STI, if found positive, his charges will increase. Yeah, so
and also I think I read something about all the women that were engaged with him have been let go from their jobs. The ones in the government jobs.
Yeah, all the ones that were working for the government were actually laid off. Yeah, they cannot work anymore. So you can just imagine the number of families that are devastated out of this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so apparently when his wife found out, she collapsed and she's still in the hospital. And they have 6 kids.
Apparently, there's also a lady who killed herself.
Yeah, there's one who actually committed suicide yesterday after she realized that, she's on one of the videos and it's been circulating. Of course, I showed you guys the other one where the husband is confronting his wife with the video as well. Yeah. I think it's just very sad, devastating. It's insane.
I'm trying to make sense of this thing, because clearly, the way it seemed like, and unless we get more information, this was pretty much mostly consensual.
Yeah, it seems consensual.
No one got out there and said that they were raped.
No.
Yeah, so what's the story? What's the deal here? What's the problem?
One thing I don't really understand is what they're going to charge him with as of yet. I mean, if he's found, not to have any STIs and he's a healthy man, and, these women seem to have had consensual, sex with him, I don't know what they're charging him with as of yet.
Yeah, what's this thing?
If you actually look at that story from another angle, all of these people are wives, and not just normal wives. They're wives of prominent people. And his role was to do with anti-corruption. So when I'm looking at it, I'm just thinking he had a lot of information on them, and he decided, I'm gonna use this information to get my way, to get ahead in the whole political regime.
So you're saying basically these people's wives, these high status individuals' wives, were probably protecting them by sleeping with him?
Yes, because if I hear you're coming after my husband and you want to pull him down, of course I'm going to try and protect my husband's reputation. I'm going to try and protect who my husband is. And most of these people were probably offered, sleep with me, and then all of this will be, put under the carpet. So they decided, let's sleep with you. Because if you look at the husbands, they had no clue about this, meaning they were not even involved. So it was the wives who were involved, and they knew exactly what they were hiding. But he used the sex tapes so that he can get leverage. When you go out there and you tell on me, I have something that will back me up and say, no, she was here on her own consent. There was no one who was tied down. There was no one who was gagged. You brought yourself here, and this is what happened.
So what you're saying is speculative. Let's not treat this as fact.
Of course, this is all speculative.
Just for the record,
this is my opinion. This is my opinion.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just a guy. Maybe these guys used to hang out in the same areas, same social circle.
400
and
women.
one of the was it actually 400?
Yeah,
that's a crazy
women.
number.
Yeah, apparently the
Yeah.
reports are saying there's more.
Maybe some of these women just like to get kinky with him. Maybe he's been around. One of those people who's like a socialite in these circles. But anyway, it's
Your
very hard to
uncle's
tell.
Wife. Your brother's
Well,
wife.
things do happen. Things do happen.
Insane,
Look who just walked in.
Yeah.
Look who the wind blew in.
The wind just blew
But you
in.
know what? These things actually do happen. 400 though is, I feel like that. Damn, that's a crazy number. I mean, this is probably even more than whatever did it.
Yeah, was he trying to get back at those guys? The military officer. That's just like a license to death.
Yeah,
that's like a real time. You're just signing your death certificate doing that.
And then you can actually get back at him and say most of these wives, if they were smart, they would record the whole thing and say, this guy asked me for for intimacy so I can save my husband, and the case would go against him. But none of them, bro, even reported this guy.
But
if I told he had some sinister ambitions, plans or whatever, they probably would have reported him. So I'm just thinking this was probably just a guy who had acts. Let me tell you one thing, Steph, and I'm just going to sound as basic as possible. Wives these days, married people these days are out here being kinky, very kinky,
That's
cheating thoroughly. Yeah, so let's not be too shocked, like, oh my God, somebody's wife. This actually happens. Even in Nairobi, Kenya. The wives who are out here cheating thoroughly.
There's more infidelity among married couples than people who are actually even just dating or single.
So I'm not even shocked.
Fine.
It's just that this guy is such a player.
He
was really out there.
No, but you still forget.
And he's not going to go lower than he is, because he's clearly a high status individual. Like, fam, if you're going to cheat, if you're like a married individual, you're probably going to go for somebody who's just as high status as you.
That's true.
You're going to go for his wifey. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn.
That's how I look at it.
But then if you think about it, a guy will go and sleep with a woman instantly. Before we decide to sleep on you, we've already thought about it. We've already meditated. We've already made a decision that we're going to do that.
We've probably been talking. We've been engaging. That's what you're saying.
Not just engaging, we ourselves have had a conversation with ourselves.
Oh, okay.
About
All
it.
right, interesting. Okay.
We've had a thought about it. We've thought through the whole thing. Yes. Including the consequences if we do get found out.
Yes.
Right.
So we don't just jump into having sex with you. I can look at you, I say, okay, you're cute and everything, but I'm like, okay, what does he have? If I have a one-night stand, am I okay?
Yeah.
What is his vibe like?
Yeah.
I do a whole CSI background on him with myself before I actually go to him.
Yeah.
And being a wife, it means you have kids. You have your reputation on the line. You have your husband's reputation on the line. So you're just not going to show up and be like, okay, you know what, let's bang. No, it doesn't work like that for us.
But are you willing to risk your family's reputation, your own name, your family's name?
Your
That
kids.
is
Your
what I
kids.
said.
Actually, to
Damn,
protect
he's
your
got-
husband.
he's got a-
I don't think women can do. I feel like
No,
most women would
we
probably
actually
sacrifice
could.
their husbands.
We actually could, because we're enjoying the power level. We don't want that to come down.
So all
she
400
has a
of them
point.
did that, like they thought about it.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
This
Premeditation
is-
on a high level.
Yeah, but this is
Thank
my
you.
thought of span, right? Why would your brother's wife sleep with you? Why would your
like-
president's
Yeah.
wife's sister
If
sleep
my
with
brother's
you?
wife sleeps with me, she probably admires me. I look at it as simply as that. You know what I mean?
And your
all
uncle's
these women
wife?
in my social circle, clearly, first of all, pause. The brother's actually good looking. Pause.
He is.
Let's just get that straight. You know what I mean?
I'll put it out there. He
So
is
nine times out of 10,
Yeah.
if he approaches Amumama's, she's gonna give in.
But if you look at those videos, the women do not want to be there. It's in their face. They do not want to be there one bit. If you look at them, even if you look at how like the husbands are talking to them,
Don't
about the
judge
whole
a book,
thing.
Steph. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Nah,
Maybe
if I
they'll
want to
just-
be there, I'm gonna show you I want to
But
be there.
apparently, some of them are looking all excited.
Yeah, looks consensual.
Isn't it? Looks consensual.
Yeah.
Steph, I don't know why you're just thinking deep into these things. There are actually married women who would do anything to have a good time with a brother man out there who also is looking to just be playful and, be all, mischievous.
If it was coerced, it would show on their faces.
Exactly.
It
And they will probably go and report.
is.
And they will probably go and report this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, but none of them reported. This thing, if at all, the agencies, the intelligence agencies wouldn't have found those collections.
this was
of
gonna
CDs.
go on.
This thing was going to go on, man.
600.
But think about what
1,000.
did
2026.
he have on them. That's what you gotta think about. Because
Probably
if he was
nothing.
a horny man, why didn't he screw his neighbors?
Maybe they were not appealing
I mean,
to him.
I'm just trying to figure this out. I mean, among all the women that this guy could have, you have status, you have all the money. Like, why wouldn't you just go into a club and choose any random woman and go,
It had to be a wife.
Yeah, it had to be someone's wife. That's why these guys are saying he's a
people-
nympho.
people
He
know.
intentionally preys on people's wives. It probably gives him that pleasure. Well, this guy is a military guy, or I'm gonna
JP
mess up
just
with his wife.
messed up what she said. Bro, maybe even the wife is what marrying the guy. Why are you making it seem like, it was never the intention of these women. It's because of him. It was consensual. These are not kids.
So are you trying to say that he was trapped like
He was
John
not
was saying
trapped.
earlier?
They sat down. These are people who have been engaging. They've been hanging out in the same places, and one thing led to the other, bro.
One thing led to the other 400 times.
It is. Imagine it happens.
You're
Imagine
right.
it happens.
Happened
This is
over,
not.
like, a long time, like a couple of years.
Exactly, bro. This is not something that started this year.
400.
That you even have like discs, like CDs. Like it's not just on your phone. I mean, you
Yeah.
have.
And then he's
And
actually
they
setting
know.
up his phone. He's setting up his camera live, like in front of this chick.
And they know.
And they know. This means they've been okay. They've been doing this.
Consensual.
yeah.
It's consensual.
Yeah, it's
That's what.
consensual, but it's against their
The what?
will.
Then
They're
that's not consensual.
liking it.
I know Steph is just trying to
It's
take the
not
woman's
rape,
perspective. I mean,
know,
but-
probably.
yeah, we
I know.
understand.
I understand it,
you
Steph.
care about women's
Yeah.
rights.
Listen, the ones that were happy are the ones that have not been touched for a while. And they're thinking, oh my gosh, finally a young man who can actually do the job. Right.
So you know what? We actually got Kidogo distracted. JP, this story was legit, but the
Yes,
question is very, very simple.
exactly.
In fact, we're going to take a break. The one and only DJ Jose is over here.
Yeah.
God knows where this brother's from.
Yeah.
But he finally made it.
Nairobi ni kubwa.
Yeah, I hope you guys, you're not one of those guys who like this guy from Equatorial Guinea.
Hey.
Waseme, hey Jose.
Yo.
But there's a DJ who was busted as well. Anyway, in Kenya, Kwanza, you remember that old school video?
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is. 20 minutes after 8. Question is very simple. Now that all these things have been happening, Ukwevo in Equatorial Guinea, we got to see all these things. It was very shocking. The question is very simple here. How long do you take to delete sensitive information off of your gadgets, man?
Yeah.
Because clearly you could easily get busted and then suddenly your world comes crumbling down.
Yeah.
21 minutes after 8. Hey, yo, Harley's in Hawaii, Katy Perry.
One hit at a time. The best music on the best radio. Spice FM.